In the text that we just heard Tom read from the Gospel of Mathew, there are 6 people on the mountain. Peter, James, John, Moses, Elijah, and Jesus. 6 people. I mean, Moses and Elijah are ancestors, but they're people in this story. How many?
6.
How many?
6.
All right. 1 person is transfigured. The other 5 are witnesses. Out of 6, 1 is transformed, and the others are witnesses. What that tells me as a person who reads the gospel is that more often than not, our work in community is as much about witnessing change as it is about changing ourselves. 6 people. 1 is changed. 5 are witnesses. And then there's the fact that the story got written down at all, which is also a witness, which invites us as readers to be witnesses. The work of witnessing change is sacred. It's a part of discernment. So as we continue in the process of revision, learning about discernment, we want to hear from some witnesses of our own today. We'll be inviting them to reflect on where they are seeing the light of God shining in our world today.
So one of the witnesses in our faith community is a person who is a wise elder of our congregation, who's been part of this church and part of this community for most of her adult life. Hopkins. Could you just wave so everyone knows who you are? Thanks, Em. So didn't want to stand up and speak this morning, but gave me permission to share some of the conversation that we've had together. Em has lost most of her vision to macular degeneration and can't make out faces from a distance, so if you want to have a conversation with Em, you have to get up close to her, which is worth doing because she has amazing stories to share and wisdom to pass on. Em still lives alone, still in her own home, still living with a high level of independence. When I asked Em, where do you see the glory of God shining? She gave me the number 10,138. 10,138. Em worked as a delivery room nurse here in Battle Creek for most of her career. And her gentle hands were among the first to cradle 10,138 babies that she helped to deliver. Em has kept a journal all throughout her life. Every name and sex and day and time of every baby that she's ever delivered is recorded in that journal. 10,138 names. Last month, when Wes Kimball died and we gathered to celebrate his memorial, Em had worked with Wes together in a lot of those deliveries. Wes was a nurse anesthetist and often came into the delivery room. Em came over to me before the service began and said, Wes and I brought a lot of beautiful babies into this world. For him, the glory of God shines in the faces of 10,138 babies.